All right, John, as we get ready for our one of two running finals tonight. On the women's side, the 5,000 meters, Emily Sisson has the collegiate record. Kim Smith, the meet record. 16 fastest times in the country this year. 25 laps of this 200-meter oval. They will stay in their lanes there for the first two turns and then break for the pole. We will give you the lane assignments here, but we're looking closely in lane number 8, or position number 8, at Maddie Denner, the junior from Notre Dame.
Who's in the back right now in the all green. She actually has the fastest time, second fastest time rather, in the field at 15:27. She did that back in December. And she has been really consistent in her training the last few weeks coming into this meet. And even though you listen, this is 25 laps, it doesn't matter if you're in the back right now, but you do want to make sure that you get yourself either spread out and stay in contact with whatever lead pack ends up pulling away, and that young lady will be a fighter for the Irish.
And also in this race from BYU, the senior Courtney Wayment.
Courtney Wayment is currently 4th. She's in the all blue, if I'm not mistaken. It's hard to see from up here, but it looks like she is in 4th in the all blue. But Mercy Chalangat from Alabama is also in this meet, and she is running out in front. And this race is going to be really tactical. We have all kinds of time. There's Courtney Wayment. Sorry, she's 3rd.
Going quickly now to the women's long jump. Last jump of the competition, Monet Nichols. She was leading after 3, so she gets the coveted last position. She's got to go better than 21.6 3/4 to snatch the victory. Ooh, she checks up at the board. That's not good. Nichols currently second. Chopped badly as she went into the board. That
she was great in the air, though.
But hurts her momentum so much.
21 feet even, 3/4 of an inch. That does not better her 21.6 3/4, which is the same distance that Jasmine Moore jumped. However, Jasmine Moore has a better second round jump.
And that's the tiebreaker. So Jasmine Moore garners 10 points for the Gators. That is important. At one point she was in 3rd place, but she worked her way back and performed like the champion she is, just like she did at the SEC.
How much fun is that when the long jump is that close? That is amazing. And coming back to the 5,000 right now, we're on 15:41 pace. That will change. Mercy Chalangat from Alabama running out front, as is Haley Herbert of Washington in the purple next to her.
I spy 3 New Mexico Lobos in this field of 16.
And I spy Lauren Gregory of Arkansas in the all gray, currently running 4th. She's got a little bit of, I think she has a little pink dye in her hair and her ponytail. This race is going to be really tactical. Really tactical. Right now, this is just, let's get established. Let's get through the first K into the 2K and just see how we feel. I had a really good talk with Lance Harder this morning about Lauren Gregory, who has been a workhorse over her years. She's a senior for Arkansas and has literally been through everything. She's currently running, pulling up right now on the gray on the outside right there. That's Lauren Gregory, all gray, pulling up into 4th and tucking in right behind Courtney Wayment. My prediction that is the race is going to separate with Lauren Gregory, Courtney Wayment, and Mercy Chalangat at some time. They will go ahead and let Herbert from Washington do the work and run what she needs to do just to pull him through this first half of the race.
All right, 18 laps remaining, and John Anderson has our long jump winner down on the infield.
Jasmine Moore, I know it's a game of inches. This is a game of centimeters. How stressful was that?
It was extremely stressful, especially not being the last jumper. I just kind of had to leave it all to God and then just pray that she didn't jump farther than me.
And so the Lord answers that prayer, which is
Yes.
nice. We were hoping for us, not so much against the other person. I get it. But take me through the whole competition, because each time you had to get a little better and a little better each time through.
Yeah, I was really proud of myself. I definitely feel like I fought the whole entire competition. I kind of started off rough, but then I just competed, and I'm just so thankful that my fourth jump was the one that got me to win.
Set you up for the triple jump tomorrow. What does victory do here for that competition?
Just gives me a little more confidence. Triple jump is more of my baby, so I'm just going to have fun with that and just keep on scoring points for the Gators.
I was going to say, have you looked at that? Because Anna got points,
Yeah.
you got points, and you're in great shape.
Yes, I'm really excited. I'm just going to stay focused on the triple jump now and just root on for my team.
All right, we'll let you go get the sand off you and do whatever you do post, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank you, go Gators.
Jasmine Moore, champion in the long jump by a centimeter.
That's big for Coach Holloway, looking for his first women's national indoor title. As we come back to the 5,000 meters with about 15 and a half laps remaining, and it's Haley Herberg continuing to lead because Mercy Shalangat is letting her. Shalangat could certainly go out there and drive the pace, and she may come in the middle of the race and throw in a few very quick laps and see who hangs on.
And that is Mercy Chalangat's weapon. She can run and intimidate people. She has so many weapons in this race. She will literally toy with people. We have seen her run, Dwight, at the SEC meet. We've seen her run in the past, and that's what she does. She's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to make a move. Let me see who goes with me. She has such a great aerobic engine, and that's something that in this 5,000, I have talked to so many coaches about the aerobic engine and how they build it. Think of it, it's like a car. Well, if you don't put oil in your car, you don't put gas in your car, you don't go get it tuned up, you don't change out all the plugs, your car doesn't work. Those are the weapons that Chalangat has in this race, and Courtney Wayment just covered the move and now is going out. There's Coach Dajit Taylor of BYU. Watch this young woman throughout this meet. She is going to get, or this race rather, she is going to get so animated. I talked to her this morning, and she is so amazing. Every single one of her distance runners, she writes them a note card. Every national championship, she said, I got so emotional this morning. She was telling me on the phone because Courtney Wayment, who is currently in second, she has had since she is 18 years old. She said, see her right there on the left of your screen. She said the one thing that I wrote on her card is just how proud I am of the woman that she's become. She was a teenager when she got her, and now she has just had a sensational career at BYU. That last lap coming through at 72.1, and this is where this will get tactical. Chalangat will go, there's Wayment, and there's Lauren Gregory. These three women are definitely the class of this field, and they know how to run this so well. In a 5,000, every single 5,000 looks different at a championship. Yes, you have to go out and you have to compete, and you're going to compete to win, but see how they all just bunched up right there? Now they're slowing back down. Everything is going off of field, and Chalangat's like, okay, you want to go ahead and take the lead, Courtney? Go ahead. And Chalangat will toy with people. See how bunched up they just got? That slowed way down. And that's because Mercy Chalangat said, I'm going to slow it down.
Exactly right. But the one with the speed in this final is in fourth place, Lauren Gregory. She still has miler speed, and if she lets it go too slowly, she's got the wheels.
She really does.
To catch everybody.
And the thing that Lance Harder told me about Lauren Gregory is he said, you know, I want to have as many arrows in the quiver as possible. He said that aerobic engine, let's go ahead and have all those pieces that make the engine work in a 5,000. And a lot of that has to do with the volume of workouts that they do, the longer races and practices that they have, coupled with the speed endurance workout that will get these women to that last probably 600, which is not for another 8 laps.
They just barely broke 80 on that last 400 meters. So that's how much they slowed it down. They sped it up since then, of course. But that is what Chalangat will do. She threw in a 72-second 400 a few, like maybe 1,200 meters ago just to see who could hang, and she didn't drop much of anybody.
This is the part of the race where Chelangat really kind of goes into that intimidation mode. She can hurt you right here. She can make you think, okay, I'm getting tired and I'm going to just slow things down. But then she'll literally make a move, and in a blink of an eye, she will be 30 meters out in front of the entire pack. And then everybody behind her goes, wait, what? What's happening? And you have to try to cover that move or go, okay, we're going to wait and just see if she starts to come back to us.
This is Allie Hayes of NC State, the junior for the Wolfpack. She is in the lead now with 9 laps remaining.
Courtney Wayment currently running 4th in the all black on the inside rail, just inside of Lauren Gregory. There she is. Her resilience has been something that Coach Taylor said has been sensational this year. She said when people's characters are defined, it's not what you are defined on the track. It's what happens off of the track. And the resilience that Wayment has had through her career and running so well for BYU, especially this indoor season, is one of the things that Coach Taylor said makes her so special.
1 mile to go, and it continues to be Allie Hayes of NC State, Mercy Chelangat, Lauren Gregory, and Courtney Wayment. Those are your top 4, but many other runners still in contention, with the pace hovering between 75 and 78 seconds per 400 meters these last several 400-meter tours.
Lauren Gregory is a lot like Chelangat, with she's got a lot of weapons. She can close hard, she can change the pace up. She has a lot of strength. It's like poker. Coach Harder said, you got to be able to ante up into the game. And once you're in the game, now how do you play your chips at the right time to make sure that you come out winning overall?
For the Lobos with a hip number 3, that's Amelia Mazza-Downey of Melbourne, Australia, and New Mexico. She was furthest up of the 3 entries for the Lobos in this race.
You saw Allie Hayes take the lead for just a second from NC State, and now it's back to the original 3 we talked about, Chelangat, Gregory, and Wayment. And this is the part of the race when I talked to Dajit Taylor about Wayment. She said this is the dark place. This is where it really starts to hurt. You have 6 laps to go, and there's 2 things that happens here. You have to go off a feel. You see how this clip is starting to pick up. Their pace is starting to quicken. The stride pattern is starting to get a little bit faster. But this is the part of the race where 2 things happen. You have to mentally check yourself on how you feel about how you physically feel. This is where it hurts. This part of the race is tough. It's the dark place. But what you have to do is you have to embrace it. Don't be afraid of it. How do you power through into these last 5 laps and say, I've been here before. Now we're going to start trusting out of that anaerobic threshold and start trusting that speed endurance work that they've done to now start separating and staying with whoever makes a move to the front.
200 meters ago, there were 10 women in contention. Now it's a pack of 4 up front, then about a 5-meter gap, then 3, and then an 8-meter gap to the rest. That's what picking up the pace, which Chelangat has done, is now they're going to start lapping runners. The first one of which is Maddie Denner of Notre Dame, who is not having a good night. 4 laps remaining, just 800 meters to go.
Katelyn Tuohy of NC State with the 5 on her hip is right behind Lauren Gregory. If you remember back, she holds that national indoor high school record for, get this, not only the 3,000, but the 5,000 as well. She's a freshman at NC State.
Chelangat surges, then backs off, surges, then backs off.
And that's crazy, because normally that would waste so much energy. When you're in a 5,000, when you surge, you want it to matter. You want to try to conserve as much energy as possible, because these last 3 laps is where the real surges are going to take place. But Chelangat is so good at that intimidation. She will let people do this and then come and strike from 40 meters back.
Courtney Wayment and Lauren Gregory just told Chelangat, yeah, you haven't taken it out of me. Remember, I trained at Provo, Utah. I am drowning in oxygen down here. Chelangat hooks onto the back of that group of 4. It's Wayment, Gregory, Tuohy, and Chelangat with 2 laps remaining.
Wayment, as you see Dajit Taylor off to the left, she was just in that 2 box. Wayment had a really good pro type of race at the end of January. She ran at Millrose, and when you can do that, and then you come to this, she's no stranger to championship racing, but look at the stride pattern with Wayment and Gregory right behind her. Look how comfortable they're running. 1, 2. You see how efficient and the striking is on the ground? That rhythmic speed, that's where you have to go right here. Coming into a bell lap, this is where that speed endurance takes over.
That's 400 meters is under 72 seconds. It's Wayment, now Tuohy, Gregory, and Chalangat as they're starting to pass more runners. 2 Lobos now, and this creates a little bit of traffic, a little diversion. Gregory not dropping back to 4th now. Chalangat going wide to try and get some space.
Katelyn Tuohy hanging in there with 2nd.
Wayment trying to hang in there. Tuohy looks like she's ready to strike, as does Chalangat. Gregory has been dropped. It's Courtney Wayment, the senior from Layton, Utah, who wins the 5,000. 15:30.16. A pretty solid time when you consider that a lot of laps in the middle of the race were between 77 and 79.
Wayment was so smart in that. That is championship racing at its finest. She knew Chalangat was going to be able to take this out. She knows Gregory has the speed. But how about Katelyn Tuohy sitting in 2nd? But what Wayment did really well, she ran really efficient. She was so rhythmic in those last 4 laps, and that saved her from having to have those extra surges. And look at the close. Coach Dejit Taylor was going crazy at the finish line. That's so huge for BYU and just adds to their excellent, excellent distance program.
66.4 for the last 400, 2:18 for the last half.
Woo!
And that's what made the race. Courtney Wayment wins it over freshman Katelyn Tuohy. Mercy Chalangat, for everything that she tried to do to draw it out of these women, ends up with 3rd, and Lauren Gregory finishing 4th. And John is downstairs with the winner.
Look at Dejit.
I have the winner and I have the coach. First off, you said you were worried she wasn't going on time.
No, she just went a little early, I thought, but it worked out.
It worked out just fine. The 200 is next, but I feel like you guys gave us the best 200 of the whole meet.
Well, that was the plan. Run that the fastest last 200.
The race in general, it's 5,000, and you had a bunch of other really talented women in there with you. Your plan coming in?
Stay in the mix, put yourself in it. And then when she says to go, I gotta go. And if she tells me I can go, I can do it. So, as simple as that.
I noticed you didn't look back.
No. Partially because why look back? The finish light's in the front. 2, yeah.
How about to have your moment? Because you didn't run in the cross country season, so yeah, I mean, a lot of eggs in this particular race for you. How meaningful?
It's meaningful. This is my first indoor race of my collegiate career, and I wanted it to be last one, best one.
Last one. Is it hard to hear Dejit at all over the roaring crowd? It seems
close.
Get lost at all. Jill says you win the fashion contest tonight. Congratulations to both of you. Courtney Wayment, champ at 5,000. Her coach, Dejit Taylor.